Hello and welcome to Castle's Corner. I am Coach Castle, and today we're starting a new series, Quincy's 3-month transformation. So we met recently, and more of a challenge than anything, a little bit. Want to see if we can lose 30 pounds in 3 months before Quincy leaves on a little trip. And I want to show you guys in this series just how easy it is. There's no stress. It's not that hard. It's not that complicated. Hopefully, if you guys follow along, we'll keep these videos once a week. Progress tracking, the measurements, the weight, the food, everything. And you guys can see really just how simple it actually is. So without any further ado, this is Quincy. And why don't you tell us what we have got into so far?
So far he walked me through a few exercises, but before that we had to figure out what my starting point was. So we had to do inches measurements, and also obviously weight and grip strength, which was pretty cool, and then body fat percentage. And with all those things, I hadn't really ever been measured like inches before. I think only one time before, but it's very specific where you have to go, because those inches, every single one carries a lot more weight than like the next interval. But so then I also did my grip strength, which it like compared to his, it was fucking embarrassing, but obviously. And then also body fat percentage, which I thought mine was like 24%, and I was always told like, okay, you're kind of on like the more like healthy side, but it's still on the more healthy side. But I'm actually kind of glad he just said like, no, yours is at 30, which is technically like overweight. I'm kind of glad, so it's not even like a question anymore, because it kind of bothers me when people are like, oh no, you're so skinny, and I'm like, bro, but it's not true. It's not true.
Well, you know, if I can interrupt, that's actually a good point. Is anyone who watches knows that I abhor sugarcoating things, and just so you guys know, if you have a trainer or even a friend who's sugarcoating the truth to you, they're not a good trainer and they're not a good friend either. You don't want somebody to blow smoke up your ass. You want somebody who's going to tell you the honest truth, especially if you're trying to get legitimate numbers for weight loss and stuff. You don't want someone lying to you. You don't want somebody making you feel better. You want someone giving you real facts and data.
Yeah, and when you're trying to make progress, that type of voice in your head, it kind of is trying to make you like take it easy on yourself. But if I have a goal in mind, like I can't get sidetracked with that, and a lot of times people are like, oh, just take it easy, you know, you can do it a different way, come on, it's only one beer, it's so they don't have to live my life, only I do, so I have to be really responsible with the types of choices I make right now.
Absolutely.
So we did measurements, and on that same day, then he was talking to me about 4 very important components of my weight loss journey or whatever. One would be exercise, and that includes both cardio and training. And so I'm usually training with him like 5 days a week. And then the cardio would be 30 to 45 minutes a day of brisk walking. I like walk running because I'm trying to get my lung capacity up too. And okay, that was one of the key components. And then we also talked about sleep, how important it is to break that up into different blocks. So it doesn't really matter, you know, if you can get the most minutes possible. It more matters if you can get the proper blocks, the proper sleep cycles, and complete a sleep cycle, which is don't tell me, it's an hour and a half. So that's 150 minutes. Am I wrong? 90. crap.
60 plus 30.
60 plus 30. Crap.
All that matters is that you're counting your sleep in 90-minute cycles, and if you count your sleep in 90-minute cycles, you'll be waking up properly rested as long as you've had at least 4 of those.
Yeah. So that's how I've been like planning when to wake up recently, and also I used to take a lot of, I would call them naps, but he recently informed me that no, those aren't fucking naps. What naps are is less than 20 minutes, probably 15 is the best. So I've been making myself get up after 15 minutes, and then I feel a lot more energized, because that was another one of my problems. I was diagnosed with like low iron deficiency, but only of ferritin. Anyway, basically I've just had brain fog issues and lethargy issues, fatigue really fast. So I'm really hoping that through this journey I can also get a lot more energy that is sustainable throughout the day.
A lot of things could have changed, don't worry.
A lot of things.
A lot of things.
A lot of things.
Don't worry.
Good.
You'll be a different person.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hopefully wiser, smarter,
Yeah,
healthier.
be able to speak on a video easier.
Oh, you're doing fine. You're doing fine. Don't worry, the podcast is going great. Everyone, I'm sure, approves.
Thank you.
Keep going.
Okay, so we talked about exercise, diet, and scheduling is really important for me because I have a lot of anxiety about planning or anxiety about things happening before I have time to plan, and through even just watching how he lives his life, it's very cold and calculated. it's very obsessed with efficiency, and so I'm trying to get some of that to rub off on me. He's taught me to set timers to get small tasks done, and I know it's a really simple fix, but literally just from him telling me again, because it's something I knew, but I just never really did it. So today I probably set 4 timers for various tasks, and I'm trying to check those off because I have now a whole checklist of every day what I'm going to do, and then specifically for that day what I'm going to do. And so far I feel like I've had a more productive day than a really long time. And I used to think that I had to be involved currently in school or in some type of program in order to have that type of fragmentation of my day so that I have all my duties done and everything. But I just see the way he lives, and he's already trying to he's educating himself constantly with reading, watching certain videos or reading academic literature on this very specific biomechanics, anything that he's looking at. So he's multitasking constantly, and he's somehow still efficient in all those things. And I've always kind of hated how much time I waste just doing stupid shit like looking at my phone. And I already have an addictive personality, so I need to be proactive about cutting that shit out and being a lot more mindful about how I'm using every minute of my day, because YOLO, you only live once.
So let me just interrupt real quick on that note. I mean, just because this is a good question. So before I started talking to you about scheduling, before you started putting kind of blocks of time in your day where you knew you had to do things, or even if you didn't have the blocks of times, you had things you wanted to accomplish.
Right.
So that alone, didn't it give you a sense of purpose? And when you went to bed, if you completed at least a couple of those things on your day, you felt very accomplished. And if you didn't, you felt terrible, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
And that's how it always goes. So since you've been scheduling and budgeting even 5 or 10 minutes for something out of your whole day, you feel much better if you just do that quick little bit of work. You're like, oh, wow, I made progress towards my goal today. I read 1 page. I watched 1 video.
Yes.
I did 10 push-ups. I went for a 30-minute walk. I am physically seeing progress being made.
Yeah, absolutely what he said. It's so much better to compartmentalize it into a smaller, more manageable chunk. And rather than what I was doing before, it was oh, I need to do this, I need to learn a whole new song, I have to do all these things, and they were all big things.
Nothing got done.
And it would be by next week, I have to have this whole song finished, or whatever it is. And I just made things way too complicated to myself. I still do that, but...
So what advice do I give you about starting something?
You have to start small.
And start with a shitty rough draft.
Yes. That is another issue I definitely have, is, I want it to be a perfect first rough draft.
Doesn't need to be, just something, anything.
Yeah.
This very video that we are doing at this moment in time, everyone, if you're watching this is our first attempt, and it's a rough draft. We're going to be making more videos after this. This is a rough draft. Right. God knows how it's going to be at the end, but it's getting uploaded to YouTube, and you guys are going to get to view it. Quincy's afraid to do this video. Quincy is still doing this video, guys.
Yeah.
That's the kind of courage you all need to have. Quincy's already an inspirational figure, even just starting. Just starting.
Shucks.
But I think that's enough for today. Let's wrap it up, guys. I guess in conclusion, we'll be uploading this tonight. Starting tomorrow is Quincy's official start day. 3 months from that point of time, the goal is to be losing 10 pounds a month, a healthy and realistic goal. 30 pounds total loss, and I would also like to build hopefully 2 to 3 pounds of muscle, and hopefully build a lot of intelligence and
Oh, yeah, that's a mean one.
at the same time.
Yeah.
And there's no point in training the body if you don't train the mind. So we're going to be learning discipline, a lot of skills are going to be learned as well, and hopefully you'll be seeing all the progress made in these videos. So that's it for today, Quincy. Thank you very much for agreeing to do
Yes,
this.
thanks so much for having me.
And